What's up guys, Liam here, Aspire FX, back with another video. Today what we're going to be doing is pretty much taking you through the last week and a half in crypto, what's unraveled, what's unwinded, pretty much taking you through what exactly has happened in the last week. So to kick off, we got some huge news with the altcoins. A couple of the altcoins breaking former highs. We had Solana break a high, Avalanche break a high, Luna broke a high, and the coin that we're going to be talking about in the video, VeChain, soon to be hitting a high in our opinion. Now, if you look at this chart right here on the 15 minute, Bitcoin recently had a sharp dip into the 60K region. Now, interestingly enough, it was a 15-minute candle that got bought all the way back up. It was after this, basically after this got bought back up, that altcoin started to have a nice little rally. But as you can see, Bitcoin has been kind of stagnant, but just yesterday we had Jerome Powell release the Fed to start tapering bond purchases later this month as it begins pulling back on pandemic aid. So basically what Powell's saying is that he's not going to be moving rates, but he's definitely going to start tapering. It means that the buying back of bonds and mortgage-backed securities are going to be becoming less and less month after month. Now this, not such a great thing for Bitcoin and the crypto market, but what we can see, a nice bullish move or some bullish bias. The new mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, wants the city to have its own cryptocurrency. Now what they're trying to do is pretty much follow the mayor of Miami, Suarez. He basically made a Miami coin. What they're basically trying to do is get these cities to back the movement, back Bitcoin, back these digital assets. They're fully endorsing Bitcoin, they are pro-innovation, and it's great news for Bitcoin and the industry. At the end of the day, the one thing we cannot forget, New York City is one of the wealthiest cities in the world, and they're one of the biggest cities in the world. So for this to happen, it's quite a bullish sentiment for the Bitcoin industry. Another great thing for Bitcoin pretty much, we're going to have a look here. Congressman Soto wants SEC to approve a spot market Bitcoin ETF. So for the first time, we're having Congressmen officially stand up, basically going pro-Bitcoin, having a go at the SEC, telling them that the futures ETF is not direct. How do you say it? It's not direct exposure to Bitcoin. All transactions are made in dollars, so they are complaining that they are not directly exposed to Bitcoin. Also a huge move in the industry, because it's not often you see congressmen stand up and officially say that they are backing Bitcoin back in this digital space. Now, moving on to Ethereum. Ethereum is absolutely killing it. We can see Ethereum also recently just broke into brand new highs. Another thing with Ethereum that's quite exciting, they basically are taking over the NFT space. Over 97% of NFTs are sold on the Ethereum network. So if I can take you onto a chart, another record breaker for Ethereum. Just last week, 995,000 new addresses were created. It's actually the highest ever. It's a record breaker for Ethereum. And what this is pretty much saying is that a lot of people are now getting exposed into Ethereum. They're seeing what Ethereum can do. They're seeing the potential, and they are not afraid anymore. They are opening up wallets. They are getting involved. Just on a side note, what's also quite interesting is to see the number of Ethereum wallets being opened, even though gas is so terrible at the moment. Just yesterday I saw a transaction. It was about to cost $250 just to transact. Now that is not your investment at all. That is $250 off your investment just to get a little bit of money in. So, bringing us to our exciting little coin today, not a new altcoin, but an altcoin called VeChain. It's extremely exciting. They are launching a DEX. Obviously, it is their first DEX. It's going to launch in 5 days. Now, VeChain, it was created for B2B projects, pretty much monitoring supply chain, tracking, verification, to prevent counterfeit transactions, and pretty much anti-fraud. Now in this industry, they are absolutely dominant. Now by them getting a DEX, you must remember the DEX is going to be AMM, so there will be yield pools where you can earn crazy amounts of interest. Now this is obviously very, very appealing to your investors, as pretty much earning these amounts of interest, nobody's going to say no. Sometimes it's crazy, sometimes it's 100%, sometimes it can be 1,000%. So it's a very appealing, a very appealing climate that they're creating for investors. Now, what our thoughts on this is, the more money the more approachable and the more appetizing it is for investors, the more money that comes into the coin, obviously, the higher the price goes. So we can predict a nice big push on VeChain specifically. Another thing, VeChain do have some NFTs, but they do not have a DEX. Hence why this is such a big step for them. A lot of people are saying coins like Cardano, their price targets were $10, $12 for Cardano. A lot of people are blaming the DEX aspect when it comes to Cardano as to why that hasn't happened. They are yet to be successful to create their own DEX, and VeChain has done that. Obviously, big yes when it comes to investors to put their money into VeChain and obviously gain their rewards through interest. Now, moving on to an Aspire FX article, this is a page that we run. If you are interested in getting these updates directly to your email, I will link a little link in the description of the video below. Having a look again, back to what I said about Bitcoin, was consolidating a little bit, big push. As I said, altcoins followed. Over here, having a look at Ethereum again on the daily time frame, breaking into a brand new high. Now, this is quite interesting. Supply on exchanges when it comes to Ethereum has been dropping quite a bit. What this means for us, either people are taking a lot of money and pushing it into cold storage, which basically means that they're looking to hold Ethereum for a long period of time. They're not interested in selling right now at all, or there's a lot of money that's going into DeFi. Either way, great thing for Ethereum. Another Glassnode chart here, when it comes to Ethereum, you can see that there's been a huge amount of Ethereum being pumped into smart contracts. Again, another big yes when it comes to Ethereum. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I did when I gave you that example of the $250 transaction that I saw yesterday. Not the $250 transaction, but the $250 purely gas fees. As you can see, gas prices also hitting an all-time high. Not the best when you want to be transacting, but at the same time, it's also not the worst when it comes to the Ethereum network. So, like I said, not the worst when it comes to the Ethereum network. Since EIP 1559, there's been a total of 744,000 Ethereum burnt. So, in saying that, what we're basically seeing here, by the 744,000 Ethereum being burnt, the supply issuance is actually becoming deflationary. Now, moving on to a coin that I am specifically very excited about, Ruin. As you can see, Ruin came off of $11.70 as the previous high. Recently just broke through that, making our way towards $22. Reason for this being is Ruin recently had a cap raise, which allows a lot more money to become into the application, into the exchanges when it comes to Ruin. Personally, Aspire was involved in this big push. We made some nice money off of it. So it is personally one of my favorite projects at the moment, Ruin. But yeah, like I said, cap raise, big push to the upside. And another thing that's pushing Ruin's price quite nicely is the speculation that mainnet will be launched in December. Now, guys, if you guys do want to have a look at any other information in the article, like I said, I will link it in the description below. Sign up, it will come directly to your email. But for now, have a great day further. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. We will have a competition running soon, so have a look out for that. Have a great day further. All the best.